myself, your connection to you. And I wanted to do a little bit more on kind of getting into the 4 agreements, 5 agreements by Don Ruiz. And I want to kind of get into that and some other stuff, but I want people to understand is what you think, what you say, what you put out in motion has an effect in your life. It has that connection of where you're going to be and what you're going to do. If you treat yourself badly, it's just going to concentrate more on your vibration. We must first be impeccable with our word, but people always kind of think that when they look at that first one, it's like what they're going to say to other people. I mean, I always have a thing in my head, if I wouldn't like it said to me, I should not say it. If it doesn't connect to me, if I wouldn't like it, I just won't say it. You have to, my mother used to say, put your mind in gear before you put your mouth in motion. Understand what you're trying to say when you're looking at someone. Because they could be having a bad day. They could be having something going on in their life, and they've said something. Don't try to say something that's going to throw them off balance. But most of it has to deal with you. What you tell yourself. When you get up in the morning, through your day, all you do in your life is what you personally tell yourself. It's that thought in your vibration that you're trying to cure or kind of put on a vibrational rate for you. You want to see yourself going up, not bringing yourself down. No matter what's going on in your life, there has to be positive somewhere. There has to be a positive energy, a positive vibration that you have placed in your auric field. When I have clients or people tell me, oh, Louis, there's nothing good about my life. You don't know who I am. But there's always something good. There's something that you can hold on to and say, yeah, that is good. That's something that I should give it energy. Because when you start giving good and positive vibrations within your life, then your life starts to become positive. It might not become positive all today, because you might have been a little crazy back here for a couple of years. But when you start it, it'll start a movement to get you to where you need to be. When you don't take anything personally, but people take that personally. They take things personally. They'll go after somebody. They'll take it personally. They'll kind of agitate something. They'll take it. And we look at things in our lives. When people say things, when they do things, when they propel things in our lives, if we take it personally, then we're going to propel it within our vibration. It'll give us one more thing to think about, one more thing to look at, if we allow it to take root within the divine, within our body. If we just let it go, let it be. I've noticed people in my life, somebody will say something and they'll go after them. They'll have to kind of confront them because they said this. They said this. They said something. They did something. I need to remember that. But if we allow it just to go, did it really bother us? Did it really bother us? But instead, take a moment, take a breath, then decide what you need to do with it. Don't just go. Take a moment, take a breath, and then see what you personally want to do with it. Because if you take it personally, it's going to take root. Then you're going to have to build on it. It's going to be in there until you actually, or spiritually or physically, get rid of it. I have people in my family, we went through a lot of stuff when we were kids. They're still hovering on it. I get them on the phone, boy, that's the first thought. This is what happened to us. Oh, just know what happened to us when we were kids. Oh, you got to remember that. Why? Why do I have to remember? It happened, it's done, let it be. Move on to more positive ground. Move to something more positive. Sure, people have gone through divorce, they've gone through loss in their family, they've gone through all kinds of things in their life. But if you harbor onto that, that's all you really see. You only see that part of the hill. You don't see what's over the hill. What's at the top of it? If you stay looking at that one spot on the hill. So don't take things personally in your life. Don't do that. Give yourself a breath, look at it. Because that person that I said might just be having a bad day. Maybe they just went through divorce. Maybe their dog just died. Maybe there's things happening in their life. They're just having a very bad day. Years ago, I said something to a gentleman that was down the street. And the girl that was walking past us thought she heard something. And I couldn't figure out why she wouldn't talk to me or the other guy for a long period of time. And eventually she told me that she heard this. And that isn't anywhere near, I put it. I know she's elderly. I know her hearing's probably going. But it wasn't what we said. But for 3 to 4 years, that's all she remembered. What we said to her out there in the street. And for 4 years, she internalized it. Let it grow within her being. So we have to allow ourselves to not assume, not take anything personally in our lives. Don't make assumptions in your life. Don't assume that somebody knows what you want. I know we're all spiritualists. We're all kind of intuitive. We're empathic. We have this whole connection within our lives. We all think we're at different levels. But if you assume somebody knows what you want, you might not get what you need. You have to first let people know what you're looking for. When we speak to spirit, when we talk to the higher consciousness, to our higher self, to our divine within us, we're looking for things we're telling our guides what we're looking for. We don't stay quiet. We came up for a healing today. We didn't be all quiet, go, oh, I don't know. We came up because we made the intention that we'd like to have a healing. We said that to our guides, to our higher self. We'd like to have a healing. So when we do that, we have to allow them to know what we actually want. If you are quiet, I tell people on phone readings, if you get real quiet on the other end of the phone, it's going to be a little quiet on my end because I need you to make a sound every once in a while that I know you're still alive, but I'm not talking to you in the spirit world. You're still there. You're still on that phone. The question here is we need to do that. We need to make what we feel in our lives visible to others. What do we want? What do we need? So many things happen in our lives because we didn't tell people what we wanted. And it just kind of snowballed from that effect. We just tell them out front, they're going to be here fine. If they're not, well, at least you know what I'm looking for. At least you know what I need. When you need something in your life, when you're trying to propel things into your life, you want health, you want prosperity, you want friendships, you want relationships, you want this, you ought to tell your guides what you want because they have a sense of humor. They have a sense of humor. They're sitting over there all day just waiting for you to say something, and every once in a while you go, let's go do this. And a little bit of sense of humor. So we have to remember, I had a lady, she wanted somebody, and boy, she didn't say, I just want somebody in my life. I just need somebody. Boy, this guy didn't have any teeth. He was drinking beer. I mean, he was smoking a cigar. He smelled like an ashtray. She goes, he's not the one I wanted. I says, no, but you told your guide she wanted somebody here. Just arrived. We have to allow ourselves to know that what we're looking at, what we're propelling in motion. Be specific. Be specific. You want that or better. Be specific. Don't think that people in your life or spirit know what you want. They don't know until you tell them. We all have designations in our lives that we chose, that we are heading towards. The free will and choice that we have is how we arrive at that destination. We can go left, we can go right, we can go straight, we can do whatever we want along that route. We're still going to get to that destination ahead of us. So it's how we arrive. So spirit guides are not going to drag you down the road to that destination because that is where you are supposed to be. They give you free will and choice of how you're going to arrive. Then you pick the journey that you're going to take. That's why getting all your thoughts, getting things in your vibration under control. allowing you to venture on the journey. And you're not going to hurt yourself as you move towards that destination. We allow ourselves to pick up things along the road, vibration within our lives, because we think we deserve it. It's just my life. I've got to cross the bear. I've got things I need to do. Really? Remember, I'm going to be one of those mediums, one of those spiritualists here, guys. You are not broken. No matter what's happened in your life, you are not broken. You might have been dragged behind the car for a few miles, but you're not broken. So don't think yourself as broken. You're just on a journey. And maybe the journey you're taking in your life is not the journey that you should be taking. Take a moment, take a breath, take a look, then move forward again. Don't keep going down the journey when you keep hitting your head on the door. I've said this before. Too many people in this lifetime are banging their head at the screen door. It's only when we step back from the door we notice the door said pull. Never said push. We sit here all day banging our head against the door until we look down and say, oh, all I had to do is just pull the door. It's just that easy. And sometimes we make our lives very tough. Tough in our lives. Always do your best. And that's one of the things. And do your best for you. Whatever the best for you is. Your best is not going to be the same every single time. Whatever the time, the moment, or you are doing your best, it will change. Sometimes it'll be great. Sometimes it won't be so great because you've done your best. But you are to do your best for you. Don't think you're going to have to do your best for others and try to get them to where they need to be because you're going to do your best for them. Do your best for you. Do what you feel is best for your vibration. Too many people want to be like, they want to be like something else. They want to propel something else in their life. They want this. They want this. But this is the body. This is the vibration. This is the thing that we were born with. I was raised a spiritualist. I can go back 5 generations in my family in spiritualist. I could do that. I was raised a spiritualist, but my father wanted me to be a Baptist minister. He had already signed me up for Temple University. I was going to be an evangelist. That's what he wanted me to be. He wanted me to follow in his footsteps. Didn't quite fit the path that I needed. So I kind of moved on. He didn't like it, but he understood that it wasn't my journey. It's when we decide people should tell us where our journey should be, how we should make our journey. We need to look at, does the journey radiate to us? Do your best for you, not your best for everyone else, because you might get to that finish line and go, it's not what I wanted to do. It's not what I wanted. But you followed somebody else's journey, not your own. And we have to really do it. And the fifth agreement is be skeptical and keep learning. When people tell you stuff, and in the world we have today, all you have to do is research a little bit, and it'll take you to the truth. A little cute thing the other day. I was looking for a book on trance from a certain medium in England. So I'm looking all over the internet. I find a book, $350. I go, ooh, too much for me. So I start research. So I got her name and I put it in, and I got to her website. She had the book on her website, $28.50. So I just had to research a little bit to get myself to where I needed to be. And most things in our lives, if we just research a little bit, we can get to the truth of the whole matter, of exactly what we need to look at, how we're supposed to get there. So be skeptical of what is being said to you. Do you believe it? Does it work for you? Does it fit your vibration? Might not fit everybody else's, but boy, you like it. But be skeptical. Just research a little bit. Don't follow some kind of modality or situations in your life that take you down a journey that doesn't bring you back. I hate it when people talk about the Casadega, our religion, spiritualism, and they put us in a nice little, they put us in a cult. That's where they put us. They put us in that category. You guys are already in a cult. We'll pass out the robes later. But that is where they place us. But it's not who we are. It's not what the religion of spiritualism is. It's a religion really this religion we're in right now is a religion of you. That's what it is. For you to get your power, to encourage yourself, to empower yourself, to be able to speak to your higher self, and get yourself where you need to be. All this does is all about you, self. Because if we follow the meditations, we follow speaking to spirit, we learn how to calm our vibration, how to clear the auric field, how to raise our vibration to talk to our higher self, then it becomes a religion of you. Many years ago, when I was doing readings, that's been a while, I'm not going to say how long, but it's been a while. We used to charge for a 35, 40-minute reading. There was a $1 donation. That's all you got. And everybody thought it was awesome that we finally went to $3. $3. But the question here was we were doing it to help. We were doing it to help. Most of the time I was working in churches. All the money that came in from the readings went directly to the church. It was a donation to the church to raise the vibration of the church. That's where it went. And we have to realize that it was never intended for mediumship to be you coming. Sure, you can come talk to a medium, but a lot of the work has to be done in your situation, your vibration. You teaching yourself to raise your vibration. You going into meditation. All those, I'm too busy. I can't do meditation. I've got too much going on in my life. If you've got too much going on in your life, then you need to clear something and move something at least once a day to get quiet. Close your eyes. Close your eyes for a moment. Get quiet with yourself. Don't stay busy 24/7 and burn yourself out. And then you're not good for anybody in your vibration. So allow yourself to take that moment. Take a moment. We were sitting here today during the healing. We could just take a moment, just sit here in meditation. Take a moment to take a breath within the vibration. I really like Ho'oponopono. My wife likes it a lot. She recites it a lot, her vibration, when she does it. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you, and I love you. It kind of clears the vibration. Whether you do Ho'oponopono, whether you do another vibration, it should be a mantra that you have in your life. A mantra. Be any mantra you want. Doesn't matter. But you should recite it at least once a day. Do some kind of call, some kind of mantra in your life to allow energy to propel itself towards you. That clears the energy. It clears all the attached situations that you have in your life. Kind of weeds the garden. Clears out stuff you no longer need. And sometimes people, they're just going to leave you alone. Because you are getting very positive. You're not going to attract negative people in your life if you're a positive person. If you're Mother Teresa, Florence Nightingale, you need to take care of people. Sometimes you need to put your equipment away and just go take a breath. Sometimes people are too broken for you. You might be the doctor. Maybe they need a different doctor than you. Sometimes you have to send people where they need to fit, where they need to be. Don't beat yourself up because someone is not where you think they should be. That's making assumptions. You're assuming that they're not where they need to be. Maybe their journey in their lifetime is exactly where they need to be. Exactly. And you're making the assumption that you know better. You're going to get them somewhere else. If you are giving people energy and trying to help them and encouraging them, and they keep coming back to you, and they haven't fixed themselves, they haven't healed themselves. I do a lot of healing. But if somebody keeps coming back to me and they haven't done anything, nothing to improve their health, they just want me to lay hands on them. And they've done nothing to improve their health since the last time they saw me. Maybe I'm not the healer they need to see. Maybe I'm not. Because they have not done anything to do that. I have people come to classes a lot. And I just tell them, said, meditate during the week. So a few of them will come back and say, well, I didn't meditate this week. I didn't do anything. Really? Supposed to do something. Bring forth the energy. Because we really want the assumptions of our lives to manifest with what we feel they should be. How are they supposed to be for us? Assume the best. Assume the best for yourself. No matter if the whole world's telling you, you're not getting that. Assume that you can have it. Believe that you are is arriving in your life. Most things with abundance or prosperity, the law of attraction, you must assume first that you already have it. It's already here. If you have to go searching around the back alley somewhere to try to find it, you aren't ready to receive it. You must assume that you are healthy. You must believe it. You must believe that you're going to have beautiful relationships in your life. You must believe it. And I always tell people there's a little tool my grandmother used to teach me. When you sit quietly today, and out loud, because your voice is different than anybody else's voice, out loud state what you would like in your life. Then quiet your mind for a moment. What is that inner voice telling you? If you ask for something, that inner voice going, oh no, we're not doing that now. You've got to change that voice. Inner voice, outer voice has to be on the same page. It has to be, for you to receive it. To receive what you need in your life, your head has to be both on the same page. We can do Don Ruiz, we can do the 4 agreements, we can do all the agreements, we can do Ho'oponopono, we can do the Spiritualist prayer, we can do all our principles, we can recite them, we can do all of that. But we must first believe that we deserve it. We deserve that connection. I said here, none of you are broken. Someone told you you're broken, well, you know, maybe they've lost a few pieces, they're thinking that you're going to give them some pieces that fix them. I don't know. I love it when I tell people, you come up to me, dear, and you say, Louis, you don't look well today. I just look at you and I just say, you know, dear, I was feeling just fine till you walked up. Feeling great. Awesome. Believe you're on an awesome walk. It might take you a journey, it might take you time to get physical and your spiritual sense on the same page. But when it does happen, you go, I know exactly where I'm going. But you have to get both of them on the same page. You have to follow that journey. It takes work. Spiritualism is a religion of work. It is. We've got to work at our spirituality. We've got to work at it. We're going to have people sit here and tell us all this stuff, give us all this information. We still have to take it, internalize it, realize that it works for us, and then put it in motion. Some stuff we're going to learn we're not going to like. No, leave it for someone else to pick up. You can be like a little spiritual litter bug. Leave some stuff on the side of the road. But somebody else will come up and pick it up. You don't need it. But remember, enjoy who you are. There's nobody on this earth plane like you. Nobody ever is going to return to this earth plane like you in this lifetime. You are who you are. Don't make apologies for yourself. raise your vibration to a higher level so you can shine a larger light. Bless people with your presence. That's what you do. That's what you have to do in your life. Because that is what's going to happen. First you light your lantern so you can have enough energy and light to light other people's lanterns as you move through this earth. If you got one of those smudge things that put out candles and you're walking past everybody going, I'll put your little light out. Then you might have a little bit of an issue. Think positive. Think good thoughts. But remember, get quiet, talk out loud. If there's something that you're saying, and then your inner voice is going, change the inner voice. Start doing some kind of mantras with that situation. And I want to thank you.